Today, a customer came to the factory to buy windows. While we were chatting, he said, "Yo-yo, why are branded windows so much more expensive than non-branded ones? For an ordinary family like mine just using windows, is it necessary for me to pursue a brand and pay a high price to buy windows?" My reply to him at that time was, "It is necessary, very necessary." Why? The more we are ordinary people, the more we need to choose a reliable brand as a safeguard. A set of windows has to be used for over 10 or 20 years. During your process of using the windows, if after-sales issues, quality problems, or maintenance problems arise, and you can't find anyone to help, that is the most troublesome part. I supported his purchase of branded windows and gave him 3 reasons. First, genuine materials. For window and door products produced by large factories, the raw materials used are well documented and verifiable. For example, brands like Techniform or Roto, their authorization letters and test reports can all be found on their official websites. It's not like those small workshops where we just believe whatever the salesperson says to trick us. Second, long-term backing, safeguard. Since the lifespan of Windows is very long, large factories and big brands have such a huge factory scale to support their after-sales service. They won't just do business with you today and close down their factory tomorrow. But you can't be sure about small workshops. They might promise you a lifetime warranty, but whether they will still exist after 3 years remains a big question mark. Third, delivery standards. Whether your windows are installed well directly affects the user's final experience. When large factories transport the manufactured doors and windows to the site, they always follow a standard and regulated installation process. For instance, the installation holes are already pre-drilled when our products leave the factory. Therefore, the more standardized and regulated their process is, the more stable the final delivery outcome will be. For example, if it's a small workshop or a small factory, they might just casually find some freelance workers to do a messy installation for you. And if problems occur later on, you won't even know who to look for. Speaking of this, let me share a real customer case that I personally experienced. When I first started working at Warren, an older gentleman came to buy windows from me. At that time, my overall quote was about 30% higher than the quote he got from a small factory. So in the end, that gentleman chose the product from the small factory. Because at that time, he felt that for aluminum alloy items, windows are mostly the same, and as long as they are okay, it's fine. Around last year, in 2025, he contacted me and asked, "Yo-yo, are you still at Warren?" I said, "Yes, I am still here." He said that after using the windows at home for a few years, the hardware parts had sagged. He couldn't contact the original manufacturer or any of their employees anymore. Fortunately, he trusted and supported me at that time, so when it came to replacing the windows, he came to me. He also complained to me that after factoring in the cost of removing the old windows and installing the new ones, the money he had saved back then was spent multiple times over. Therefore, windows are definitely an item meant for long-term use. We must invest properly in the cost of windows. How can an ordinary person buy branded windows without being ripped off? Let me share 3 tips with you. First, check the factory. Generally, big brands have their own factories and can handle manufacturing themselves. If it's just an OEM or a relabeled product, you need to be cautious. Generally, those with their own factories won't easily run away. Second, look at the product configuration. For example, what brand is the thermal insulation strip? What brand is the rubber strip? What brand is the hardware? They should be able to inform you clearly and in detail, and they should support and dare to let you verify it. If there are letters of authorization and relevant certificates of conformity, then you can confidently make your choice. Third, check the installation team. You need to ask clearly whether the installation team consists of their own in-house technicians who have undergone unified training by the manufacturer, or if they are temporary, outsourced workers. If it's the latter, you need to be careful. Generally, if you master the above 3 points, basically no major problems will occur. I am Yo-Yo from Warren Doors and Windows. If you are currently buying windows, struggling to choose, or can't make up your mind, you can always contact me.